Dickinson resident Tom Fisher has lived along Patterson Lake for the last 7 years.
I initially wanted to move out here because it is the most beautiful place in the city.
But he doesn't own the land his house sits on. It's owned and managed by the Bureau of Reclamation.
I've had to be cautious, and I know a lot of the homeowners out here have had to be cautious on what they do as far as improvements.
When you don't own the land, purposes change, and the federal government 10 years from now might have a different purpose for that land.
41 lots sit along Patterson Lake, and Kramer says all of them have to purchase an annual permit for $3,700.
So sometime into the late 50s, 60s, people were awarded permits to construct cabins on each of these lots.
But recently, Fisher and other homeowners received some good news when Congressman Kevin Kramer announced Senate Bill S-440 was heading to Washington to be signed into law. The legislation was first introduced by Senator Hoeven in 2017.
Cabin owners at these reservoirs will be given then the opportunity to buy the land that they reside on.
1,500 acres of federal land on Patterson Lake will be transferred over to Dickinson Parks and Rec. It will enable homeowners the opportunity to buy the lot their home sits on.
Finally, get the burden off our shoulders and be able to just move forward with planning for the rest of all of our lives.
Once the bill is signed by President Donald Trump, the state legislature will have to pass a bill allowing Dickinson Parks and Recreation the authority to sell the land.
So once the land is deeded to the park district, then we will have to define 41 boundaries, survey them, and then appraise the value. And then finally the last step will be to sell.
Some work is still left to be done, but Fisher feels a huge weight has been taken off his shoulders. Steve Kirch, KX News.